You are probably not poor in trading because you can't win. You are poor because every time progress starts, greed takes over, and greed ruins it. Quietly, repeatedly. Almost every beginner does this, but most traders never admit it. Listen, you finally catch a decent trade, maybe a small profit, maybe two good wins, and instead of feeling disciplined, you start feeling hungry for more. Now the mind changes. The goal is no longer trade correctly. The goal becomes, how do I make this bigger, faster? That is where the damage starts. This is the painful truth. Greed is not loud at first. It whispers. Take one more trade. Increase the size. This setup might run huge. You need more than this. And because the voice sounds ambitious, beginners mistake greed for motivation. But it is not motivation. It is impatience. It is dissatisfaction. It is the inability to let slow growth be enough. And this is exactly why traders stay poor. Pay attention. Most beginner traders do not blow accounts because they never win. They blow accounts because they cannot protect wins. There is a huge difference. You can trade well for 3 days, then greed destroys everything on day 4. You can build small account progress, then one oversized emotional decision resets the month. You can follow discipline until greed tells you discipline is too slow. Do you see the pattern? The trader is not being beaten by the market. The trader is being beaten by more. More money, more trades, more size, more action. Greed keeps moving the finish line, so nothing feels enough. And when nothing feels enough, discipline feels frustrating. This is where greed destroys progress. Now listen carefully. What does greed actually do to a beginner trader? First, it makes small wins feel insignificant. This is dangerous because small, consistent wins are exactly how accounts are built. But greedy traders look at a controlled 1% gain and think, that's too little. So they become vulnerable to forcing bigger returns. This is how the account enters danger. Because once small wins stop feeling valuable, the trader starts chasing emotionally satisfying wins instead of mathematically sustainable wins. And emotionally satisfying trades are usually oversized. Now the psychology shifts. Risk increases, pressure increases, neediness increases, decision quality drops. This is not progress. This is greed poisoning patience. Now here's another ugly thing greed does. It makes traders take trades they do not need. Yes, unnecessary trades. The disciplined plan says, enough for today. Greed says, one more. The chart is unclear. The setup is average, but greed does not care. Greed wants activity. Greed wants acceleration. So the trader clicks. And many times, that one unnecessary trade gives back the clean earlier profits. How many times has that happened to you? Be honest. This is one of the most common greed mistake beginner traders repeat. Not because they lack chart knowledge, because they cannot stop forcing extra money. Now pay attention. Greed also makes traders increase size too quickly after success. This is classic self-sabotage. A trader wins a little, confidence rises, but instead of staying disciplined, they feel invincible. Now they think, if I can do this with small size, imagine big size. So they scale too fast. Now the same normal market pullback suddenly feels terrifying. Why? Because the money exposure is too emotionally heavy. Now they interfere, close too early, move stops, panic exit, or hold losses hoping for recovery. And one oversized emotional trade destroys the previous calm. This is why greed mistake beginner traders make is so financially expensive. Greed takes something stable and turns it unstable. Now listen, greed is deeply connected to one hidden fear that slow growth is not enough. This is important. Many traders are not just greedy, they are uncomfortable with patience. They feel they are behind. They feel they need quick results. They feel small profits mean they are not progressing. So greed enters as compensation, a desperate attempt to speed up time. But markets do not reward desperation. Markets punish desperation every single time. This is why emotional trading mistakes are rarely technical. They are psychological timing wars inside the trader. The trader wants tomorrow's account today, and greed becomes the weapon, but the weapon turns backward. Now let's talk correction. How do professionals defeat greed? Simple. They become satisfied with boring growth. Yes, boring. Because boring growth survives. Greedy growth explodes. Professionals understand that 1 controlled percent repeated consistently is not small. It is foundation. It is compounding. It is account survival. It is trust in process. Beginners do not feel this because they are addicted to emotional spikes. That addiction keeps them poor. Now here's a practical anti-greed reset. Before every trade, ask, am I taking this because it fits my plan or because I want more money right now? Did I already have enough today? Am I increasing size from data or from hunger? Would I still take this trade if I promised myself not to chase? Can I be satisfied with slow progress? These questions expose greed instantly, and greed exposed early can be controlled. Unseen greed cannot. Now, this is the identity shift. You must stop being a hungry trader. Hungry traders are unstable traders. Unstable traders cannot compound. You must become a patient account builder, a trader who respects small gains, a trader who knows enough is enough, a trader who protects progress more than he forces speed. That trader grows, not dramatically, but permanently. Now imagine this. You catch a clean profit, and instead of trying to double it emotionally, you protect it. You stop. You stay disciplined. You repeat the same calm process tomorrow. That is how wealth starts, not from one heroic, greedy trade, from many boring, protected decisions. This is what beginner traders never want to hear, because greed makes boring feel weak, but boring is exactly what builds accounts. And greed is exactly what keeps beginner traders poor. Not because they never had opportunities, because every time opportunity started working, they demanded too much from it, and too much destroyed enough. That's the hard truth. If this exposed the greed patterns quietly draining your trading future, subscribe to Online Trading Hub for more brutal trading psychology lessons that help you build discipline, emotional control, and real consistency. And remember, most traders do not fail because they cannot make money. They fail because they cannot stop needing more.